All right, welcome, dear viewers, to Couch Warrior TV on YouTube. I am the Couch Warrior, and this is Unbound Workshop. This video series is the companion to the Character Crusade Unbound podcast, and in each episode we explore Skyrim roleplay concepts and ideas through actual frickin' gameplay. If you can call what I've been doing recently gameplay. Season 1 of the podcast is called Random Skyrim Roleplay, and our character concept is Raiden, the Ashaba Undead Slayer. Redguard, of course. And in the last episode, we made our way through this brutal slog here. It was quite brutal. But we learned some things. We went up a level. That was pretty neat. All right, which one of you guys is the big cheese again?
Yes?
You, right?
Yeah?
Yeah, the fort is yours.
Thank you for your help. Did you see my family inside?
Not really.
Hopefully they made it to safety before the attack. I'll begin the search after a quick restock. Anyway, here is your reward. Thanks again.
Spectral arrow? Huh.
Yes?
Well, let's... What do you say? Let's have a look at Spectral Arrow. Fires a spectral arrow at the target, doing 30 points of damage and staggering the target. Yeah. Alright, well, we found some potions in there and stuff which we sorely needed, but we kind of burned through most of them right away. So let's go this way. We are going to head back to see Septimus Cygnus. And we're going to give him this extractor because that nasty assassin who was killing us inside there turned out to be a wood elf. Exactly what we needed to finish out our collection of Myr blood, which he needs to use in his experiments, presumably to get that mysterious box open. And I think, as I'm thinking through why Raiden would make a point of going all the way back, it has something to do with the encounter that we had with this Daedric prince, Hermaeus Mora. It is yet another instance of a Daedric prince trying to entice us to join them. And I think that Raiden would have some amount of curiosity about this whole thing. So let's head that way. And we'll just kind of see what we encounter along the way, I reckon. Where the F am I? Watch. Yeah, I'm heading the right direction. Oh, yeah, that was brutal. That was brutal.
This place is boring. Nothing but the same thing every day.
Thank your lucky stars for boring, lady. Sometimes boring is good.
Are they gone?
Hey, what's going on?
Bandits attacked and ransacked my cart. Can you help me?
What can I do?
My camp is nearby in the ruins of Nilheim. Get me there safely, and you'll be rewarded.
All right, let's do it. All right, let's F5 here, because we know how this goes. All right.
It's just across the bridge and up that hill.
We've got a whole contingent of soldiers going up there at the moment, and they're all drawing blades, so I'm thinking things could get interesting here. The Imperials sprung your trap, dude. What are you going to do now? Are you sure this is where you want to go? It's not looking good up in there.
We're close now. I can see the camp.
Can ya? It's looking bad to me.
Wait here. I'll be right back with your reward.
Whoa. What the hell's happening? Oh, dude, they wiped out your entire patrol. I'm sorry. Oh, no, he's got one guy left. But he's being detained by a chair. Woo! All right. I was debating whether or not I should pass this encounter or see it through, but when I saw all these Imperial soldiers coming up the hill, I thought, I can't miss this. We got to go and see what's happening. All right. Well, who is that I see? Gale Welcome. Let's do some looting. Ah. 66 centavos. Apparently the Imperials just leave their dead. I don't know what happened to Serana. Maybe she's swimming. Let's see what Telrov has. Anything good? A Nordic bow. Steel arrows. All right, let's finish this. Let's finish it. Ooh, ooh. Evil is present.
What was that?
What was that? It was...
I knew it!
Now, the thing I like about the spells kicking off by themselves is it sort of simulates in-game this idea of being able to sense dark intent, which is kind of cool. So, I think I have that enchantment. It allows us to play it out and roleplay on our own, but it also gives us a game mechanic that kicks off kind of a version of it, I guess, periodically, which is kind of cool. It adds, I think, to the whole idea that he's got this ability to sense dark intent on many different levels, not necessarily just the undead anymore, but other things. And as I've been thinking about the concept of the awakening of his magical abilities. I've been thinking about it in terms of the... One of the things we know about vampires is they have certain weaknesses, but the weaknesses aren't as interesting as their strengths, right? And one of the things that they can do is, of course, we see a 25% bonus on illusion spells and stuff like that. And so I like to think of, in this case, the vampire abilities being almost like a magnifying glass in a way, where the innate abilities of the vampire combined with the innate magical abilities of his high elven blood, they amplify one another, and now suddenly he's able to pull off things from the spell and magic perspective that he couldn't before. And that is kind of awakening innate abilities inside him. Okay, we haven't been by here before. I'm just rolling for Dark Intent, and we got 3%. So we know something's going on in there. I don't know where Serana went. Hopefully she didn't fall off over the falls or something. All right. Let's see what we can see. Oh, yeah. This is all skeevery and hag-raven-y, right? Yeah. Well, we got bit, but at least we don't have to worry about the disease parts of that anymore. Vermin. Vermin. Witches. Die, witch. All right. Take those. What's this? Frost salts are good. Goat hide is good. We can make stuff with that. Seriously. You know what? I bet the deal with Serana is I told her to wait, right? And I never told her to stop waiting. Remember before we went into that battle? So she's all the way back at that stupid fortress. Oh, man. Because I told her to wait because I didn't want her to come down the hall. But as soon as the battle started, of course, she went ahead and joined me for the battle. So I kind of forgot that I had told her to wait. So that's where she is. Well, that sucks. I ain't going all the way back there. So... Ow. Where'd it go? Missed it. What killed him? Probably that, eh? So yeah, I'm not going to go back and get her. So let's, and not just because it's a pain in the ass. But because the world is a complicated place, my friends. And when one is engaged in battle, people can get separated. So I'm just going to go with it. All right, these spiders can one-shot me, so let's... But I can one-shot them too. Huh? Extract venom. Good man. Excellent. I must sheath my weapon. Are you kidding me? Let's extract some venom. So we'll say that they got separated, and we'll use it as a role play or a plot device of some kind. So that is the next thing we're going to think about, right? Now, of course, in the back of my mind, I'm also thinking about skooma. Raiden is thinking about, how do I get my hands on more of it? Because it helped. It helped me with the vampiric hunger, which is dogging me right now because he's kind of maxed out. I'm pretty sure he's maxed out on the vampire starvation scale right now. So, we don't know much about skooma, but what we do know is that when we find it, we typically find it where there's bandits. So that's going to give us, I think, more inspiration to pursue bandits as well. Pretty much cut that witch in half. Okay, we've read that one. Let's take these. These are interesting. Okay, so we came in there. Lots of dead animals. God, let's stink in here, right? What's in here? Ooh, dragon's tongue. I took it, right? Yeah. Dragon's tongue is a bit of a sacred item to the man. Woo! Took some damage, but made short work of those ladies. Well, one lady anyway. I don't know what the other thing is. Hag Raven lady. Okay. A Scholar's Guide to Nymphs. Nice. Let's add that to our book collection. What is this? Oh, it's a troll skull. Okay. All right, now, what is this creature going to do? Let's see what's up here. Let's just see if we open this and then let it out, if it'll go. Because, I mean, it could be hostile towards us even right now. We know that they have spell capability and it's not coming after us, so let's let it out and then we'll back off and see if it just goes on its merry way. There you go. Perfect. Problem solved, right? Let's check. Just checking in. Nothing. All right. That's good. Yeah, maybe he does think he's Robard Gale. I mean, that's, you know, maybe that's just it. Maybe anybody who drinks skooma thinks they're Robard. That's going to be the thing going forward. Good God. Look at that ridiculous thing. Okay. All right, rest of that we don't need. All right, well, interesting little side trek here. And we did find a really awesome staff that we can give to Serana if we ever see her again. Let's see what's up here. Ah, okay. Shortcut. Shortcut to get out. So it looks like we're solo adventuring again. Yes, Strudel, his life has gotten much more complicated. He's lost his companion. He's discovered more about his sort of latent magical abilities. And he's also discovered the properties of skooma and what it can do to help satiate his vampiric hunger, which is something that has been weighing on his mind. It doesn't satiate his vampiric hunger. Let's clear that up. It doesn't actually do that. What it does is it relieves the pain, right? It helps to relieve the pain. The discomfort, if you will. I don't know if that goat was taking damage from my spell or something. I don't know. So, yeah, okay. So, to get to Septimus Cygnus, we got to go all the way back up into those damn ice fields. But the cool thing about that, it is going to take us through Windhelm, which means we've got another opportunity to look for magic items and to look for spell books. And then, of course, eventually, we're going to go to Winterhold as well, which is going to help us on the spellbook front as well. We need to get cracking on that stuff. The circle that I'm using right now is the Circle of Strength, which I think, I want to say what it's doing is it's draining a little bit of stamina from my opponents if they're inside the circle when they're fighting me. And that's neat and everything, but with a character whose fighting style emphasizes so heavily the idea of charging power attacks, more often than not, I'm leaving my Circle of Strength behind. So it doesn't help me a whole lot. All right. All right. Walk away.
Nice try, but you don't scare me.
Which is crazy. How can I not
ask
scare you?
again.
All right.
Never should have come here.
Let's stand in our circle this time. Come on in. But, yeah, you know, you guys, I mean, you see how much I use these charging power attacks. More often than not, the thing kicks off, and I'm way beyond it, so I'm not really benefiting in any way. So, ideally, what I would like to do is remove that effect from the lineup and add something else that makes more sense. I think the tree rings is one of those. Wild healing I'm going to stick with. I like wild healing because I think it really kind of emphasizes the idea that he can't control, that he can't fully control his abilities, right? Like he has this ability locked inside him that allows him to heal. But he can't control who he heals and how he heals and for how much necessarily. Which I think is pretty cool. So when that thing kicks off, what it does is wild healing. It's going to heal him for 30 points, and then it's going to pick some other random target. Sometimes it's going to heal his companions. Sometimes it'll heal his enemies. And you'll see that. I mean, in combat, they'll start glowing green for a period of time, and that means that he's healed them for 30 points, which is kind of interesting. I like that. Yeah. If I was smart, I'd be skinning all these wolves, but I don't want to. So he's got a lot of interesting things that are going on that have to do with healing, and it's all stuff that he can't really control. The wild healing is one of those. Okay, that was a vampire, right? That was a vampire. Right? What the hell? Help, help, help. Vampire assassin. Oh. Assassin's writ. I've never seen one of those before. This is new. Okay. And there's skeletons laying around here. I'm assuming that they may have been minions. But she didn't get a chance to resurrect them before I cut her down. Let's see what that writ says. By the order of the Patriarch of Mara's Eye Pond, you are to hunt down and slay the Dawn Guard agent, Raiden Deadblade. He is believed to be extremely dangerous. Oh, yeah, that's right. Extremely dangerous. Strike quickly, sister, then make your escape. Aha! Well, that's interesting because that's like a whole different sleeper cell of vampires that are on us right now. Either they're working independently or maybe they've been hired by Harkon to try and track us down. Who knows? But Mara's Eye Pond is a place that we know of. We've been past there before. So we're not unfamiliar with that place. However, the last time we were there, we didn't discover any sort of vampire lair. We just saw a beautiful pond. So that's going to give him some inspiration to go back there and look a little closer, I think. All right, let's just F and 5 right here. Man, there is shit falling from the sky everywhere. Looks like vigilance on the hunt for vampires, eh? Or not. What is it? Yeah, they are. They're chasing down a vampire. Oh, they got her surrounded now. She's screwed.
Your kind has no place here. Prepared to die.
Ah. Those vigilants, they don't end it quickly, do they? Let's just get it done.
Oh well. Must have run off.
Put the
Your
poor
skin's as pale as the snow.
woman out of her
Scared us.
misery. Absorb stamina based on level from enemies within 8 feet. That's basically the same effect, I think, as my spell. Or,
Light or something.
we better get away from these guys quick before they sniff us out. Last thing I need is a bunch of vigilants chasing me at this point. So we put an end to that that vampire just to kind of end her suffering because they were just being pretty brutal. End it quickly. let's keep moving. All right. This is an interesting area because this is the spot that at level 1 Raiden appeared in game. And it was up on top of this mountain over here where we found our fabled relic blade that we used up until about level 20, called Baptism in Fire. So let's go back up here and have a look. See if anything's changed. So one of the first places I went as a level 1 character was up to the top of this mountain. And I found 2 relic blades up here that kind of started Raiden down this path. And now it seems like there's a dragon inhabiting the space, which is interesting. Not great. Not great. So do some of that. Okay, so we got some resist fire here. That's 20%. Can I do better than that? And I only have 1 of them. Is that right? I only have 1. Okay, let's help ourselves out there. Come on down here, bastard. Yeah! Eat it! Die, dragon! Oh, that was fun. Oh, I'm glad he dropped. I wasn't sure he was going to come down. We best get to cover. Ah, goodies. Staff of Fury. Let's just take all this. We can sell it. We're close to Windhelm, so all right, we survived that. Let's F and 5 right here. You know, I kind of look at the quick save button as though it's like the add to canon button, right? As soon as I quick save, it means that something's official. So if something bad happens or I die and I've got to go back to a quick save and I'm taking a mulligan and repeating something all over again, that event, whatever it is, doesn't become canon until I decide to quick save. At that point, I'm sort of committing it to the story. Never really thought about that before. Maybe we'll rename that button, eh? Whoa, 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 whoa. That was interesting. This right here is one hazardous road. Yes. Future. Is it future Danny or Donnie? I don't know. But I get your reference. You're talking about One Punch Man. Yeah. Because I'm playing at Legendary and I've kind of maxed out stuff in the two-handed tree. Plus, I'm using the Wildcat combat overhaul, which makes combat much more fast, quick, and decisive. Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking for the one-shot kill. If I miss the one-shot kill and I get into kind of a blow-for-blow kind of deal, especially with opponents in heavy armor, I can get into a lot of trouble. So I'm always looking for that decisive victory. Short and bloody, right? That's what I want. Short and bloody. That's the best way to ensure I survive. All right, we're feeling pretty tired at this point, but we're not going to stop here. We're going to keep going. If we got to rest, we'll do it in Windhelm. And we'll get some Dragon's Tongue while we're on the way here so we can make our 10 Dragons tea. All right. So my hope is that we'll be able to find some decent restoration tomes. I'm not even sure if we can buy anything at the Mage College yet. We'll just check and see. Because we got to go by there anyway to get back to Septimus Cygnus. So that's what we'll do. Excuse me. Alrighty. All right, so we're going to head on in here, and we're going to do a little bit of exploring and buy some stuff right after these messages from our sponsors. Here at Lost Barrel Brewing, we have a long tradition of crafting only the finest in ancient lagers. Great brews begin with great ingredients, and Draugr Lager is made from only the finest grains and hops, aged for thousands of years. Every batch is brewed with ice-cold water drawn from the deepest caverns below the earth, checked for body parts, and triple filtered through fairly clean burial linens, then aged for hundreds of years in elder gleam barrels. Draugr Lager is good, and is not meant for barmy, soft-gutted, plug-ugly tossers. Draugr Lager, the great taste of the undead, with no bitter afterlife.
Undead,
And we're back. So, in the intervening time, got some rest, took care of a few things, sold some stuff, bought some stuff, looked for spell books, couldn't really find anything new there. So, we'll just have to wait and see if we can find anything in Winterhold. There's spells we don't already have. which is fine. Got our hands on some rare skooma that was being sold by a vendor here, which is important because not only does he have the skooma, but it helps to inform him that this is stuff that he can actually buy from certain people. So we may keep track of that as well. All right, now it is after dark, and we are going to
Across the river to the
head
northeast
out.
lies Ingle Barrow. Steer clear of that foul place. It's the Walking Dead chambers
Walking Dead. Did he say something about Walking Dead? All right, let's do it. We are Winterhold bound. We got a long way to go, and there will be some confrontations on the way that could be difficult ones. I don't know. So I'm thinking we're going to go by way of the road here rather than going the back way. I think the last time I headed there, I kind of went the back way, up through the hills and stuff like that. We're going to follow the road this
I
time.
like those eyes you got. There's a bad hunger to them.
Yeah. You make me hungry.
Horses. All day long. Do you have any idea how dull horses are?
All right. Let's hoof it. You know, it occurs to me, too, going back to Winterhold, means we could have an opportunity to see Feralda again, who, for some reason, Raiden is somewhat infatuated with. Not sure why. Whenever she's around, he blushes and gets tongue-tied. So, something's going on there. All right, now. What is happening? You entered my circle of power. Hang on. We got to roll the dice now. We got a check. Oh, shit. All right, I did a check here for Dark Intent that was plus 30% because we have a whole coven of necromancers up the hill there. We've passed it before. So he senses something's going on. Something is going on there. Those of you who aren't familiar with what I'm doing there, I've talked about it in previous episodes, and I have some information about it in a blog post at charactercrusade.com/deadblade. I think it is the first or second blog post where I talk about this idea of dark intent, and basically what I'm doing is I'm saying he's got an innate ability to sense when there is either undead or necromancy or some kind of dark magic nearby. He only gets a 10% chance to recognize that. However, each time he passes the locale, I add another 10% on. And he has passed this location quite a few times and never sensed anything. This time, I gave him a 30% chance to sense something, and he rolled an 18. So when this happens, he feels compelled to investigate. So we're going to do that. Let's quick save here. Not a great stealth guy, but I would think that he would want to observe and try to figure out what he's dealing with. I mean, what we can see right from here is that there's someone in mage robes up in there. We can't tell if they're a vampire or a mage or what. Now, the other thing that we can do here is we can use our instincts. What is that? Now, what he wants to do is he wants to try and get close enough to tell if this is undead.
You think you stand a chance? That's the best you can do.
All right, the jig is up. Let's not make it easy for him.
You will suffer at my hands.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There you go. Your spells do you no good, vile necromancer. Is that how a red guard would talk? I have no idea. Bound sword. You have that spell tome already. Boy, he carved through these guys. I mean, it just, you know, it really just depends on the opponent, doesn't it? So those high-level bandits gave us a lot of trouble, but he carves through these necromancers. I think it's just because he's taken damage from them, right? But he's got such a deep well of health that they can't strip his health away fast enough, and he's always sprinting, so it doesn't take long before he's in their face and doing lots of damage. It's when they attack him all at once that things get dicey. So I'll take both of those. All right, here we go. Morvenskard. I do use Wicco for my textures, but I'm also using fine facial features for men as a supplement on top of that. So Wicco is going to take care of all of the female skin textures in the game, and then fine facial features for men overrides that for the dudes.
Here we
Let's end it. End it nice and quick. All right? Okay, he had 2 stabs, like he was going to use 2 stabs on me, but only one is in his inventory. This one is, what is that, just for show? I guess. Iron. Ooh. Yeah, smithing. Smithing. We're taking it. All right, stage by stage, right? Let's, come on, Couch Warrior. Let's exercise a little discipline here. F5. Lots of booze hounds in this place. Wait a minute. All right, it's about to get nasty here, so let's... Stop that. Missed my charging power attack. That may cost me. Yeah, it did. Cannot miss that power attack.
Speak.
Can't miss it. You miss it, you dead. Let's try it again. Just for kicks. Wait a second. Okay. Let's continue on through. Oh! Whoa, shit's coming from all directions. There's someone behind me, though. There's someone in that bedroom, I forgot. There's someone sleeping in there. I'm sure she got up and... All right, let's try this something a little bit more traditional here.
Never should have come.
What? All right. That was fakakta. I didn't like that at all. But it feels sloppy. I don't like it. Let's heal up a bit here. We got a little bit of frost resistance going. Where's my blocking? Oh, I'm out of stamina. That's why.
To enjoy.
Jeez. There's a lot of swinging and missing in this fight. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. The battle went exactly to plan. Yes, this is what I planned from the beginning, you see. Let's see if we can get rid of some slop, if you wouldn't mind. Oh, missed. Missed it again. All right, this time, let's get their attention and let's retreat. What we want to do is let's draw them into a fight where they're at a disadvantage, right? Here we go. See him? Oh, come on. Kidding me? I'm right here. I'm worried about the lightning. Yeah, it's the lightning that concerns me. All right, let's do a little resist action. Well, we got one of those. I would like a little bit better. Yeah, 30% resist. That seems better. Okay. Use some of those guys. And we know they're going to come at us with some frost. Let's do a little bit of resist on that. I don't think we need to do as much. Okay. Now let's see how brave they are. All right. Oh, shit. None of that. All right, we got two mages here who seem to be using predominantly lightning attacks. Right there, that's the nasty one right there. I need him to come up here. Because he's got a lightning cloak spell going too, I think. I think that's why he made such short work of me before. But he's being cagey. He doesn't want to come up here and confront me, which is probably really smart. He wants me to run straight into those lightning bolts. Here we go. I'm going to stay right here. We're going to pop that circle of strength when they get up here. Hopefully that thing will pop. No. Hey, I'm right here. Look at him. He's right there. Woo! Dang. Ow! Bastard. Kind of an interesting strategy, like, if she's hitting me with icy spears and slowing me down, then her boss can come up from my flank and hit me with the big stuff. All right. Hang on now. Should we do it? Hang on. Hang on. Get a block into him to stun. And then take him out. Now, the interesting thing, too, about this, the Warrior's Flame, is it's kicking off randomly, and when it's touching me, it's giving me a boost in my magicka and health regen and stuff like that. When it hits them, it's basically considered an attack. So even if they can't see me, it's hitting them and attacking them, doing a little bit of damage, but it's also gathering their aggression. It's putting them into a battle state of mind, right? Even if they can't see me. Mistake. Yeah. You are done. Ooh, I like that. You have things. I wish to have your things. Give them up. All right. All right, that was interesting. I do like to try and just... I like to run into battle and face enemies that way, but it obviously, I mean, it doesn't always work. However, I tend to think that is the style of combat he was trained in. So we've talked about this before, you know, like he's a hammer always looking for a nail. Well, that doesn't always work. So part of the process of learning and growing as an adventurer and as a warrior is learning how to incorporate new strategies into his fighting techniques. And in the end, that is what will end up making him not only a better warrior than his opponents, but frankly, a better warrior than other sword singers who have never left Redguard culture, right? They'll come in, you know, a typical Redguard warrior who's been trained in a certain way of fighting, unless they've been exposed to other things, will continue to fight that way. And now he is learning through practice and experience that sometimes you have to employ other strategies to win a fight or just even survive a fight. So I like to think about things like that. Like, if you want to try to imagine in your head a great way to sort of try and picture how far your character is come, a little mental exercise that you can do that I find really helpful is to try to imagine understanding what your character knows now and how far they have come. What would it be like if they went back to their original culture, their original home, and talked to all the people they knew before all this stuff happened? How would they be different now, right? And use the culture of their formative years as a measuring stick to try to imagine how they've changed. Sometimes that's helpful in just sort of picturing in your head what sort of person they are now, is kind of comparing those two experiences and looking at the delta in between them, the difference in between them, and imagining what that means. Before we do that, let's save here. Yes, my friends, this is the sexy room. Right here. This is the sexy room. We got our leather straps. We had some potions of potency, and, well, we had a potion of invisibility, so whoever runs the sexy room likes to watch, right? Okay, let's open this. All right. I'm going to use surprise to pounce on this guy.
Be careful.
I am being careful. I only swing my sword at those things I intend to destroy. Let us take this. Let us search this guy. Oak flesh. See, they lure people in with the promise of sexy time. Get them drunk. Get them in the sexy time room. And then when you get them all liquored up, look at this. You paralyze them. You haul them down here and then perform experiments on them after you've gotten your jollies. That's what I think is going on here. If you want to get a good synopsis of this theory, Camelworks has a brilliant video on this location where he talks exactly about this, and he puts all the clues together. I like it. I like what he put together on this. In fact, I like just about everything that Camelworks does. The stuff is so thorough and so well thought out. It's quite the pleasure to watch. And when you consider how much work he's putting into those things, very cool. Very cool stuff. All right. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We've got through this, and we are going to bring this episode to a close. I want to thank you for checking out this episode of Unbound Workshop. If you'd like to get involved and play along with us, check out unbound.charactercrusade.com for current play rules. You can join the discussion with other players who are involved in the project by going to our Discord server, discord.charactercrusade.com. You can find the podcast on iTunes and YouTube. If you go to our website at charactercrusade.com, you'll find links to all those locations, as well as a schedule of our upcoming live streams. We've got one coming up this Monday night. If you are interested, I would invite you to attend. It's going to be good fun. And that is it for tonight. I want to thank you all for joining me in this adventure, and I will see you in the next episode.